This piece of Wonderscape stone. Beautiful. Just like that. Beautiful. What a nice mellow day. Oh, water. Let's just go up there to be by the water for a second. Okay, rescue mission. In this little puddle, there's a bunch of little fish splashing around, all sorts of little baby fish. And over here is a bigger puddle where maybe it might last, so we gotta at least try and move some of them. That's what we're gonna do right now. It's about as much time as I can allocate to that little project. It's got a lot of water seeping in there, and I built these guys, these little mosquito fish, as much of a shade shelter as I could to kind of help cool it down and give them some shelter from the predators and stuff too. So we shall see. And in here we got a crawdad and a bunch of bluegills and all kinds of stuff. Let's walk them over to this other pool. Oh, there's a lot of little dudes in here. It's definitely, there's another low spot down there with water in it. They're all about the same size. We'll just let them. Ooh, there's all kinds of big fish in here. Well, bigger. It's a good thing. Lots of little ones at the same temperature. There. Oh, crawdad. Oh, crawdad. Oh, those guys that just like their whole little family. They just all group together. They're like, wow, we're in deeper water. Here they go. They're swimming off together. And yeah, there was a bunch of little baby crappies. All kinds of stuff. So saved some, at least brought them to here. This looks like this is a whole hole that stays for a while. We're already through the longest day of the year, so we shall see. Let's get back to the hunt. It is wet. And this piece is not only a pretty green, but almost looks purposeful. There's the end of it, there's the back of it, and that edge would have been sharp enough. Can't say though. Here's a little piece of the past. What scene do you think that was? Big layer of chalcedony still stuck to some host rock by little lacings of thinner crevice agate, and you can see some drues in the mouth of it there. Yep, we're in the zone. Things like that make you wonder how many thousands of years people camped on that. Wonder if they found something there, and that's why they didn't put the vineyard all the way around that perfectly conical hill by the creek. That'd be a nice spot right there too. This one's really cool. I thought I was just picking up a red piece of jasper. It's a nice red. But down the back had a little thin layer of that pink. Tiny drues. goodness. We'll take that. Beautiful. Nice piece of antique red glass. Ooh. A tail light, it looks like. We will definitely take that. Thank you. Ooh, and green. It's Christmas already. Scared ya. Nice slab of this Williamsonite serpentine. Kind of in the spectrum of jades and such, with its coloration at least. And it's got the black and the green. And when you cut this, it's translucent and beautiful, and that's a nice little loaf. Well, we're up here on the big fan of it now. I think I see a stripe of pure gravel, but there's plenty of room to work in between here. And between all these bushes, it's real calcified down there in the creek. But just found this crazy thing. It's very light, kind of covered in a calcite goo. Feels like it's pure whatever it is. So it might be fun to save that and cut it open. See what kind of patterns are in there if we ever get around to it. But I'm bringing it back and we're way out here, so it's worth that at least. Enough to bring home in the crazy agate category. And yeah, just stumbling along. Bag's pretty heavy and we're pretty far out and we're a bunch of hours into it. Oh, nice piece of red jasper with some other stuff going on. I mean, there's these lesser pinks, cherts or jaspers or whatever, but then there's these. Ah. It's almost like fine red moss going on in there, making the whole thing up. So that can come home with us. And it's very humid. I'm getting semi-cooked. There's always a couple of these. This is ridiculous. There's this piece of brachiated jasper. See that? Look at that. It's just... right? Crazy. We're a long ways out. But yeah, that is there. Boom. And then what did I just see here? Yeah, nothing. You are a little agate on your side there. Look at the sparklies on it. Not too beat up yet. Some water on the side of it there. Right after that, it entices us forward with one of these. Look at that. Little slap of goodness. There's just that little thin layer. A little water on it. Loving that. jasper. A little water on the scene. It's got some browns and yellows going on. Some tiny little, tiny little details going on in there. And the white quartz veining. I just can't stop because look ahead. And it just goes. We're still not even out to the midpoint of the arc. And look what's just laying out here. Look at that. A beautiful agate just laying there. The wind's coming up. Let's put some water on this. That blue porcelain look. Ooh, the fine lines in here. See that? They're ghost. But there is like 20 of them. All the way around. Some pretty stuff, I think. Boom. That's pretty stuff too. Nice bright orangey red piece of jasper with quartz infill also with brachiations. These pieces of jasper. These are all the fire colors and flame, orange and reds. This one is even a more defined stripiness to the whole thing. Come on. Can I focus for us? Yeah. A slab of candy. We're out here. Ooh. Ooh, this one's real pretty. Oh, look at the druze all over the top of it. And the front of it has these white plumes all along the bottom of the crystals. It's kind of shaped like a brain or a coral. And there's where it sat against the host rock, but get some water on it. It makes it way more evident. These white flames coming off the bottom here into the crystals all the way along. I think that's really cool. Really cool. Okay, I wandered off from my bag because it got really full, so we got to backtrack just a little and grab it. But yeah, it's getting to that point. So, that's why we're doing mostly cherry picking here with the agates that are just begging on the surface and kind of just stepping places and scanning down it for that big slab of glowing blue or white. Checking all the little quartz chunks, stuff like that. Trying to spot the next one off in the distance and rambling into the camera the whole time. Okay. We were actually going back for the bag, was the plan. There's a lot of wandering later. Just found this little crevice creature with its mouth open. Grinning back at us with its crystally grin. And that size of fine druze. No druzy pocket. There's a little made thing with a bunch of little chunks taken off of it all the way around. It's just a core stone left. You can tell that they were a little bit farther away from where there was any glass, so they were using every little drop. Look how they've whittled that down to just a core stone. You think that was a porcelain cream container that melted in a fire, and that's what's left of the round base. It's out here imitating a rock, but we'll bring it with us just in case. But I think that's what's going on. Well, I just made the decision to turn for home because we have so much weight and I'm feeling so tired, and then I saw this little pocket here of crystals glinting up, and then I saw the next pocket. So let's dig this thing out and see what it is. Oh my God. Well, I'm glad that we didn't give up before we found that. Wow. Are you seeing that? That's gonna have to get cleaned up because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So that's a crazy crevice agate with things going on in there. That's good. Just top of the line. And yeah, I want to clean it up and get the details out of it. Just insane. Here's this one close up. Look at the details in there. This thing is so deep. Look how far back those caverns go. The structure. It's like an intertwining calcite growth, which is what I think is going on. I think we have both calcium and then silicate druze on top of the whole thing. And it's creating calcite druze stalactites and stalagmites inside this crazy taco geode, a crevice agate. All the way back in there. I'd say that's the find of the day. right at my feet. Look at that. Another crazy crevice. There's the marks, top. Because in the kind of crystally form of that. There's pockets of grooves. Those of course will be all pretty when they're all cleaned out. There's the bottom of it. That is massive. Compared to the little ones. I'm sorry I'm a little low in energy. It's kind of draining me out here in the heat, but only to that silent staggering point where you feel no need to speak outwardly and you are, lost in your own deep thoughts, which is half of what all this is for. And your eyeballs are just cruising along, looking at all the little things, kind of on autopilot, until all of a sudden you realize that your brain was singled in on something, and then you get that little real healthy, dopamine rush of like hunter-gatherer of success. So there you go. Almost walked right by that one. Look at that. Blue and yellow ice. Just a slab of calcitiny goodness. There's some moisture on there. Just pure blue. Yep. We're gonna tumble some of these because they just turn into these yellow, blue slabs of goodness. Almost missed that one too. That, believe it or not, is just another massive sandwich. Look at that one with some water on it. The crazy drues all grown together, and then the calcitiny all milky on the outside. Just a big ice cream sandwich of goodness. All the way around, that's all that is. Hey, crevice. Agate. Awesome. Big ol' guys. Just at the end of the hunt. Oh, got wings. Sweated out through my clothes several times already. And yeah, ready to go home. So thank you for joining me on another quest for details. And as always, please take care of yourselves, and if you get the chance, take care of somebody else. And you're invited to join me on the next one. My brain will be moving faster by then. Hopefully.